I am done looking at this every single day of my life. I knew this was bad. Welcome to our first floor landing. This space is driving me nuts. It has taken way too long. I don't know why it has taken this long to do something about this space, but this is the last area in the house that is still completely, I was gonna say it's untouched. It's not untouched. It is stripped but not built back up again. It looks horrendous. It is not safe because we don't have any stair railings, and it's just bothering me. I am done looking at this every single day of my life. So that's what we're gonna tackle. I'm finally ready to get this space to an acceptable state. This is obviously a low priority space for us, and we're not really willing to spend a lot of money in here. That being said, I do still want to make it special. It is a high traffic area. It is a place that we come through every day, and it is sitting right next to this, right next to the top of our downstairs hallway, which is gorgeous. And I absolutely love this. But you know, the contrast, there's just not enough happening here. I want to pull everything together and make sure that the entire stairwell of our house is just one cohesive, nice looking space that has had attention put into it. Let me just show you what it currently looks like. There obviously is our downstairs hallway. We have this little triangle of wall that I didn't do anything with in that makeover just because I didn't get to it. We have these bits here where the paint was torn off by the crew that removed our asbestos in the attic. They duct taped plastic and like their whole tent to that and tore off the paint when they removed it again, which is fine because we were gonna repaint it anyway, but yeah, this has just been looking horrendous. We have bits up here where the wall was damaged and then redone when we had the ceilings replaced. There are stains on the wall up there, again from our ceiling renovation. There is no banister. We still have the lovely dusty lilac-y rose color from the previous owners. So this is the landing area that leads up to my studio, and there is a lot of storage in here. It's a great space. We have a little storage area there, and then of course this entire, more of a room really, a storage place up there. Tiny space, a lot of potential. I want to do more with it. And then looking out from my studio, it looks a little like this. So it is a really small space. I don't want to do too much, but I do just want to give it a little bit of love and attention. I have two paint colors that were meant specifically for the downstairs hallway that we have a bunch left over of, and I think I can use those to paint everything in here, fingers crossed. They are two colors that I bought originally to match that floral wallpaper that we used in the hallway. I tried to match the background of that, first off of a photo and then using the actual wallpaper, so the second match was a lot better of a match and a lot darker, but that did leave me with two paint colors that should look pretty nice together and should both match that wallpaper and thus pull everything together and make it look nice and cohesive. All of the wood that is currently that cream color that you can see there, I'm gonna paint white. I have the white paint color that I used on the stairs. I'm gonna use that all the way up as well. And then everything that is dusty pink here, just like in the downstairs hallway or the entryway, I'm gonna paint that lovely grayish green. So that's gonna bring some continuity there. And then I'm thinking of painting all of the walls that lighter shade of grayish. It's a grayish color. This wall right here, all the way down, that wall, and then any little, sorry, I know this is unsettling to some people when I hold you over the railing like that, but yeah, the wall right there in downstairs hallway, as well as this, if I have enough, fingers crossed. And then this wall, which is the one with the like leading into my studio, I would like to paint this one in the darker shade that we have. And then that little bit is gonna be the darker shade as well, just because when you walk down from there, it is right on that wall. It's that paint color. The lighter shade, by the way, I did use it to paint that wall with, so that's that color. So I think before we do anything else, I should probably just bring up those cans of paint and check how much I have left of everything. So So what I think I'll do is I just work my way from the bottom to the top. And then if I run out of the greige, I'll just go wall by wall, see if I have enough of the one paint and otherwise switch to the other one. And if I run out of these by the time I've reached the top, I can always decide to paint one of those walls green. Before I get to painting though, I think I should just go ahead and sand all of the wood. It doesn't need to be sanded down, but it is now painted with a glossy paint, so I do need to sand it a little bit to give it some grit and some grip. Let's get to sanding. I'm already changing the plan. I just sanded all the wood, and I think before I start painting the walls, I should really do this first. And that's gonna be a nice big visual change to keep me motivated for this project, because I hate prep work. It's so much, it takes so much time and effort, and you don't see any results of it. So yeah, I need this little small victory in between. That is much better already. It's gonna need a second coat for sure, especially on top here. Didn't take everywhere, but I love this color so much, and now it matches there. Yay! Now I'm up for painting a wall, so I'm thinking I might start with that little bit up top, just because there's nothing drying there and it's just a small little bit, and then I can move on to this wall right here, which is also quite manageable. By the way, yes, it's gonna be very apparent now that the doors and door frames are all still cream and a different color from the white you can see there that I'm going to be using on the wood here. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm not going to tackle the doors just yet. Those are a whole separate project. I plan on eventually getting trim and installing trim, like little rectangles on the doors, to make them more decorative, and then paint them in that same color. So I'm leaving all of the doors for now. That's a completely separate project that I'm gonna tackle when I get to it. I just realized this landing right here, even though I want it to be nice and bright, I think it would actually be better to use the dark color there, because this is where the wallpaper actually is. The wallpaper that this is color matched to. So it just makes more sense to use it here. And also I definitely want to make that one big area with the wall that goes up to the roof. I definitely want to make that the lighter color. And I don't have a lot of this paint left. Mostly I just hope I don't run out of either of these halfway through a wall, because that would mean I would have to repurchase both, and that's something I definitely don't want to do. Also, it's still absolutely insane to me how this color came out purple downstairs. I still have no idea how that happened. Alright, the first bit is painted. That strip over there and this wall. So next up, I want to tackle that. Now, there are several issues. First of all, I have no idea how I'm going to reach up there. I also really doubt that I'm going to have enough paint to cover all of that. For the sake of keeping going, I'm just going to consider both of those future me problems. I'm just gonna get started. I'll see how far I get. I did notice that the paint is on sale at the store I bought this can at, so if I run out, I'm just gonna go out and buy more. This wall is getting painted one way or another. The wall is almost painted. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna reach these corners with a little paintbrush. I'm just gonna wait for this to dry down completely before I make my judgment. But I do actually have quite a bit left, so I think I'm confident enough to do this little bit as well. I think that would look great, and just tie everything together a little bit better. So it's just this little wall, so I think that should be okay, even if I do need to do a second coat anywhere or like patch things up or something. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I think I can move on to this bit right here and start working on the white. It's gonna make a huge difference, I'm sure. I underestimated how tedious of a job this would be. I am on day 3 and I feel like so little has happened, but then at the same time, we do have a completely different color. I have to admit to something here that I'm a bit embarrassed to admit, because I knew this was bad before I did it, but I did it anyway. So I had all of my tools, like my paint holder and my roller and my brush that I used for this wall color. I just poured the lighter paint over top and thought I mixed it well enough. I didn't mix it well enough, and that is why it came out really patchy. But I'm thinking, maybe I can pull this off, sell this as like a rustic textured look. I might come to like it eventually. I do know that I really don't want to repaint it right now, so I think I will just live with this for a while and see how I feel about it when it's all styled, and I can always go back and just paint over it with a different paint. But for now, I don't think it's as bad as it could have been considering what I did. I am ready once again for some quick progress, so I'm gonna hang the stair railings. And afterwards, I'm gonna have to do a second coat on this white. There is still stuff to be done upstairs because I haven't done the banister yet. And there is a whole nother wall that I have to paint, and I think let's go upstairs actually. Here we go. So here we have our rustic texture, and that is actually the only bit I wasn't able to reach. So I still have to figure out how to paint that, but for now it is what it is. Alright, I've done a second coat, third coat even, of white on here. Looks great now. Very crisp. Love it. And I've made up my mind on the upstairs wall. It's super dark in here, which is actually one of the things I took into consideration. Let me open up this door if I can. There is no window in this space. It's quite small, and since I did run out of paint, that bit is still white. I think I'm just gonna leave everything else white. I think the space needs it. I briefly considered painting this green, but then I decided to just go for white here as well. Yeah, we have a bit of color going on here, but I think it's best to just leave everything else white. The next thing I want to do is hang some paintings here. I have two really nice kind of large paintings. Let me show you. They're these two like window frame style paintings that I think would look absolutely wonderful there. And then there's this one, which we used to have in our living room, don't know if you remember, in our apartment. And I think I actually want to hang this here. It's gonna look a little bit odd and a little bit unconventional, but I think it could actually work. Out of all the places we have around the house, that is the best place to hang this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And if I hate it, I can always take it down again. I actually really like that. It's quirky, but it gives a lot of life to this space, and I have to say it looks stranger on camera than it does in real life. This is a much better place to hang art, obviously, but that painting just really doesn't go with this wallpaper. So I'm planning on eventually hanging a gallery wall here with like family photos and things like that. That will come at some point. I'm not gonna force that just yet, but yeah, really love that. The white one, I just cleaned it a little bit, cleaned off the scuff marks. Looks so much better. I don't even think I have to paint it anymore. I think this wall is absolutely fine, so that's great. This, by the way, this was another one of those glass panes. It got broken during the asbestos removal up here, and the asbestos guy said he was gonna come back and fix that, but he never did, so I think we're gonna have to do that ourselves, but we haven't gotten to that yet. I actually had some fun plans for this wall. Since this is the entrance to Loopsy HQ, I really want to hang some stuff up here that has to do with my career. This might seem a little bit weird and self-indulgent. I always feel like whatever I do isn't real and didn't really happen and isn't significant and things like that. So I think it's good to remind myself of the achievements that I do have, like tangible things of. Just like my play button, for example, that's a really nice thing I could hang there. Just to give this a little bit more visual interest. This makeover is me embracing hanging art at weird heights. That's gonna be a theme. Okay, I've gathered some things I would like to hang here. I'm gonna have to go out and buy some frames for those two. That's my Tea Garden promotional poster. Back when I launched a perfume years ago. That is my photo for Cosmopolitan magazine. These are some ballet related things, my play button, and this was a parting gift from when I was on the board of our Students Association at Celtic Studies. So yeah, it's not all career oriented, but you know, I'm just gonna consider this a wall of achievements. Things I'm proud of. Okay, holding these up now, I think I realized that this wall isn't wide enough to hang both of them side by side. Looks like it, but I think it will look crammed that way. So I think what I'm gonna do is hang one just in the center there and the other one here, so that they're still kind of together, just not next to each other. And that would also make it a lot easier for me to hang it safely, because I wouldn't have to worry about getting them at exactly the same height or getting a nail in that bit right there, which is just absolutely unreachable. Because it's right over the stairs. So yeah, I think just one firmly screwed in screw in the center should be fine to hang this one, and then this is a fairly easy to reach space where I could just hang the others. It's a couple days later. Unexpected things happened. So anyways, I went to IKEA to get some picture frames and other things for, you know, around the house. Ate a hot dog. It gave me food poisoning. So I was out for a couple days, but we're back. We're back and I'm ready to finish this. So I did get my picture frames, luckily, and everything I needed. What I also did is on my way back, I went to the hardware store and I got this. So I can finally close off that little bit of broken window that I've been meaning to do for months. Yeah, this was actually really simple. They just cut it for me. It was no issue whatsoever. I think I'm just gonna attach this with some nails, paint it, and it's gonna be great. I still think it's a little weird to have all of these pictures of myself up here, but it's the top of the attic. No one's gonna know. And yeah, these are things I'm proud of, so it's really nice to have them here. Alright guys, this ended up taking much longer than expected, but I think I can say our landing area is finished, at least for now. It is much more finished than it was before, and it looks great. It is now a space that has some love and care put into it, and that is fun and cheerful to walk through and feels like a part of our home, which was the main goal here. So let me walk you through it. So starting down here, we have, of course, the wallpapered wall that comes down from downstairs. Then here we have the very high painting. Turning around, everything is nicely painted. Oh, we have this lamp, by the way. It's just a nice little ceiling light, nice and simple. We have a stair railing now that is all nice and safe, so let's go up. And when you walk upstairs, there is more to see. So here we have a little gallery wall of achievements. I am very glad that I made the decision to keep all of this white, because I do feel like this space does indeed need that. We have a painting over there. Another one over here, and yeah, it looks great. I'm so happy. It's heaps better than it was, and I'm just very glad to have another little bit of the house finished. Now that this is finished and spring is right around the corner, we've had some really lovely sunny days lately, I have started thinking about the garden and what we want to do in the garden, and I am slowly but surely preparing for a little makeover in there as well, or out there, I guess. But yeah, just to start working on the garden and getting that all ready. So I think that's gonna come sometime in early spring. It's a little bit too early still to start doing that, but we're definitely preparing for it, and I'm really excited, because the garden we've barely done anything in yet, and it very much still feels like the previous owner's space, and we want to, of course, make it ours. So really excited to do that. But for now, this is where I'm gonna end this little renovating vlog. So I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it took a little bit longer to upload than expected, but yeah, I did get sick halfway through it. Next video, I'm gonna continue working on the glitter gown, so keep an eye out for that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more house updates, as well as sewing videos and all the other stuff I make. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!